Hello my dudes, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I'm Evan and I knit things, and if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today I have for you podcast episode, I think it's 13, I think. If it's not, well, you know what, too bad. It's not that important. I have so much stuff to show you guys today. I finished like 900,000 things, and then I've got a couple whips to show you as well, and an acquisition, and a little book chat, and a little bit of other chat. So let's get started. First thing I finished, I'm wearing... This is my second Palm Springs tank. By the way, today for me is Friday, April 25th, which is the day this beautiful pattern goes live. So, if you've liked looking at mine, you should totally go get the pattern. I believe Leslie has a discount code for it right now. Let me just do a quick check. Yes, you can get it on Ravelry or on her website, knitcalifornia.com. And through this Sunday, the 27th, you can use the discount code PalmSprings10 to get 10% off any of her patterns. Not just this one, any of them, which I think is super generous of her. So I finished this tank. It's amazing. I'm obsessed with it. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This one is almost exactly the same as the first one I knit. I knit both of them as the size large, which corresponds to, I think it's 35-inch circumference. Let me just do a quick check on that. It's supposed to have negative ease. Okay, so the size large, which is the fourth size in the pattern, has a 35-inch bust circumference. It's intended to have up to 6 inches of negative ease. This one gives me 3 to 4 inches of negative ease at the bust, depending on the day, but gives me much more negative ease around the belly, because I have a bigger belly than I do a bust. So I went off that measurement rather than bust measurement. I have about a 42-inch hip area. So that's going to give me more ease there, or more negative ease there. But it's still comfortable. It doesn't, like, it's touching me everywhere, but it doesn't feel like it's touching me everywhere, which is nice, because I hate feeling like things are touching me. Yarns, for both ones that I knit, I used just under 2 skeins of a standard fingering weight that's going to be at least 400 yards per 100 grams. This one I used Ancient Arts yarns, which is a 75% merino, 25% silk, in the colorway Manito Mantis. For the just green, and then the green and blue stripes are Chicken Coop Dye Works, and I think it's an 8515 merino silk blend. That one's called, their base is called Crown Feathers, and that one's the colorway Parrot. I used about 750 yards. I just had to break up a fight for my kids about pizza. Anyway, so I love this tank. I love it. I was looking through my yarn collection yesterday to see what yarns I want to make another one in next. I have a couple things I want to finish first before I start it, but I definitely have a third and possibly a fourth in line waiting. So this looks so good. Here's a video of what the whole thing looks like. next finished object. It's hanging up, so I didn't want to get it down because I need a chair or a stepladder to do that. But here's a picture of the little crochet plant that I finished. I showed it to you guys in process last week. I'm super unprepared today, sorry. I got the pattern on Etsy, and they are the car hanging plant series by PHoaCrochet. So I finished this one, and I want to make, they have one for a lavender plant as well, so I think I'm going to make one of those too, but not right now. So that's 2 finished objects. There's more. Let me just quickly show you. I did show you that I finished my book socks last week, but now they're all blocked and beautiful. So those are real pretty now. Like even the inside where you can see all the, still looks nice. So those are finished as well. Well, you already knew they were finished, but now they're blocked and beautiful. So next finished object, oh my gosh guys, this is such a long time in coming and I finally finished it. I finally finished the Goku cross stitch. I finally finished it. Look at this beautifulness. Look at it. Now, let me tell you, getting the grid out of here once I had finished was horrendous. So I don't know if I did something wrong or if like removing your grid is always that difficult, but let me know if you know anything about that. I did buy some adhesive mounting boards to put this on because it's not going to go in a hoop because I didn't have enough extra fabric this way for it to go in a hoop. But this is finished. It's beautiful. This is by far the biggest cross stitch I have ever done. And maybe the biggest cross stitch I ever do for a long time because, wow, that took forever. But it's finished. It's finished. And I got to start something new, and that's fun too. Believe it or not, there are still 2 more finished objects. I know, it's crazy. Next, I finished this. This is the Bahama Wrap by TL Yarn Crafts. I Tunisian crocheted this with all of my leftover bits of yarn from my Ireland trip. So, this was from the Tunisian crochet workshop. This was from the cable knitting workshop. This was from an art yarns workshop that I didn't actually go to because I was sick that day. And then this was from the Mobius knitting workshop. I actually like kept and made an object with that one, so there's a lot less of that yarn. Like this one I didn't go to, but it was, you were supposed to make art yarn and make mittens out of it. And it was this yarn and then like the actual art yarn. There was a bunch of different yarns put together. And I used that in the giant pink crochet blanket. And then both of these were supposed to be mitts. And I did actually finish both mitts for this one and one mitt for this one, but I didn't really like the way they fit, so I unraveled them and used them for this instead. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this because it's not really long enough to be a scarf. I mean, it is if you wrap it once, but I don't like scarves like that. And this yarn, this red one, feels horrendous, so I don't want this touching me. So this may be a wall hanging. It may be a decoration, like one of these deals for like a table or something. That's upside down, or it may just go like on the side of my yarn cabinet. I haven't decided yet, but I really liked crocheting this. Is there an end? No, I'm hallucinating. Okay, so this is also finished. Then I have one more finished object to show you. I made a second skein of yarn. This is just some Corriedale that I got off of Amazon just for practicing. It's actually really nice though, like really nice. I wanted this one to be thicker than the first one than the first skein I made. This was still 100 grams of Corriedale. Well, ish. It was a 1 pound giant ball that I split into roughly 400-ish gram bits to make 4 different skeins from. So, I finished this morning. I finished plying and skeining it this morning, so it still needs washed and thwacked. But I made this. I made this little baby. So I finished so much this week, guys. I am so proud of myself. I mean, I went from seven whips to 4 this week. I still have my Polygon blanket. I still have my book club cardigan. I still have my field day cardigan and book socks quarter 2. That's it. That's it. I'm so proud of myself. That's actually only it for today. I'm going to be starting 2 new things today. I got 2 samples that I need to get started on today. One for Purl Soho and one that I'll talk to you about in the acquisition section. So, let's move on to whips. Okay, first whip. Let's just go cross stitch because we usually do that first. So, since I finished the Goku cross stitch, of course I had to immediately start a new cross stitch because you know that's how we do. That's how I do. This is the cross stitch that I originally started for Henry for Christmas. It's Mario, but that's all I've got for now. I did make this needle minder. It was just an enamel pin that I turned into a needle minder. Isn't it cute? Pop-Tart snail. Anyway, this is Mario. As you can see, I had started it, but I was using 2 plies of floss, and I didn't like how it looked. So I ripped it out, and this is 3 plies. Can you see that? I can't see the camera when I'm showing you this, so I hope you can see that. But I think it looks better with 3. Here's the picture of what it looks like, or what it will look like when it's finished. But this just needs to be finished for Christmas, so I can take my time. I may actually start a Pokemon one as just like a smaller project to work on something that's not huge all the time. But yeah, I'm excited to do something that's not Goku. So, that's that. I need to like go through and put away all the floss that I used for Goku. There were 36 colors. 36 in him. So that's all the floss that I used for him. And I know a few I do need for this Mario one. So I actually need to go through it. And a lot of them used a lot of floss, so I need to make sure that I still have enough. And that I need to reorder any skeins that I'm low on. Next project. Field Day Cardigan by Ozetta. I am using Knit Picks City Tweed DK for this one in the colorway Kelp. I'm a Knit Picks affiliate. If you want to pick anything up from Knit Picks, go use the little link in the description box and I get a small commission at no cost to you. Okay, so last week we talked I needed to rip back because button placement, I was going to rip back to just before the second buttonhole. Well, guess what? I messed something up and I ended up having to rip back to the first buttonhole. So I was farther than I am now last week, but then I had ripped back to here and I'm now here. I just finished the third buttonhole. Now I'm going to work halfway to the fourth one and decide what to do then. The pattern calls for 20 rows between buttonholes. I originally did 10, that didn't work. Then I did 16, but I didn't like that either, so this is 18. And I think that'll be okay. I actually don't know how long this is right now. Ooh, I like those together. These are gonna get worn together a lot. I can feel it. It's a little past my navel right now, so we still have a decent ways to go. I'm just gonna keep knitting it until I like the length, and if I need to buy more yarn, I'll buy more yarn. Because this has been a lot of work already with ripping back and things, so I really want it to be what I want it to be instead of just settling and then never wearing it. You know? And I think if I need more yarn, I'll only need one skein. So I think I can handle the I think it's like $6 or $7 for one skein of City Tweed. Although then shipping. Ugh. I hate paying shipping. Like, I know that's the way of the world these days, is that shipping's really expensive and you pretty much never get free shipping. But I hate it. Growing up in the days of everything had free shipping, hate it. So that's that. One more whip. You guys are not going to believe this. I worked on my book club cardigan. I know, right? This is the book club cardigan by Sari Nordlund. I am knitting this in La Bien-Aimée Cory Confetti in the colorway, I believe this is Graybow number 1, yeah. Fall Winter 2021. Oh my gosh. That's old. Yeah, this is like the first time they came out with it in this color. I really like this yarn. It is 50% Falkland Corriedale, 30% natural recycled fibers, 20% La Bien-Aimée recycled threads. Love this. Would absolutely buy more. So, look at this. Let me find my marker here. Okay. Here's the marker. I was here when I put this down in October. This marker is really pretty, but it's flipped the wrong way. So there's the marker. Yeah, I was here when I put this down in October because I couldn't decide where to put the pockets and it was stressing me out. Well, that's where I put the pocket line. And now I'm all the way down here. I believe I will be finishing this repeat so that we get to the next join there, and then it'll be time to bind off the body. Well, not bind off, then it'll be time for the ribbing and then the bind off. And then we need sleeves, obviously, and the button band, and that's it. Yeah. it's gonna be amazing. Amazing. It's gonna be so pretty. So, April being finish things month, I think is being successful. I'm hoping I can finish my field day cardigan by the end of the month, just so that I can be like, haha, I finished this many things in April. I mean, so far in April, I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things. 9. That doesn't include making yarn. I finished 3/6 samples for Pearl Soho, depending on how you want to count that. I finished my Simple Thing. I finished my Palm Springs Tank 2. I finished the Quarter 1 book socks. I finished my Crochet Plant. I finished my Bahama Wrap, and I finished the Goku cross stitch. I am killing it right now. I'm very proud of me. Can you tell? Anyway, that is all of the yarny making things. We already did one of my wearing. These earrings are from an Etsy shop called Keep Going Club. I love them. I have 1/1.5 acquisitions, but not really. We're just going to call it 1, okay? And then we'll do book chat. I got this sock set from Claws Out Yarn Co. Katie over there was doing she reopened her That's Amore collection to donate to Gaza recently. This is the Rose sock set on her Feline sock base, which is an 85/15 superwash merino nylon. I got this specifically to make the, what did she call it? Annabeth from Annabeth is Knitworthy, her new Bigfoot socks. I forget what they were called. Into the Woods, In the Woods, Out of the Woods, something like that. But I got this sock set to make that. And then, okay, provided I can go black and white, I'm going to show you this. Otherwise, I'm going to cut it out, okay? Now, Katie from Claws Out Yarn Co. is bringing back her Yarns of the Commonwealth collection in May and is adding a few new colors. So I am knitting a sample for her with one of her new colors. And this is the yarn that I'm going to be doing it with. I can't show you the color until she shows the color, but I'm going to be making some socks with this for her, so that's the other sample that I have right now, because I can never just get one sample at a time. So this is the other one. I'm going to be starting this today, I think. And then may just be trying to finish it over the weekend, because, you know, socks don't take that long. And my husband will actually be working all weekend because he has a project at work that he's going to be working all weekend. So I will have plenty of time to be doing stuff at home by myself. Well, not by myself, me and the kids. Anyway, so this too. So that's the acquisitions. Then all I've got left for you is book chat. So let's do some book chat. Last week we filmed on the 18th. So then let's look at things I finished since the 18th. 3 things. I finished A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall. That was 4 stars. Liked, not loved. Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson was pretty cute. 4 or 4.5 stars. And then I finished Moby Dick by Herman Melville, 4 stars. The parts where he's not like obsessively listing things are beautiful. But then he like goes off on these tangents like, here, let me explain to you everything part of a whale skeleton. And it gets kind of listy and boring. Anyway, currently reading Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros and Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo with Brett. Then I just started last night The Otherwhere Post by Emily J. Taylor and Black Clover 31 by Yuki Tabata. Now, I was reading for Romantasy Book Club, The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole, and I was listening to it on Spotify because I have Spotify Premium, and you're supposed to be able to listen to audiobooks on Spotify Premium. They don't tell you that you only have a certain number of listening hours on Premium. Well, guess what? This was a 21-hour book, and they're like, oh, sorry, you're out of listening hours when I had 6.5 hours left. Now, I am not paying $12.99 to listen to the last 6 hours of this book. I'm not doing it. The library doesn't have it. So I'm DNFing that one. I mean, honestly, I was bored to death. I didn't like it anyway, but I'm annoyed that I listened to 14.5 hours of book and then couldn't finish it. Not because I liked it, but because I invested that much time. And I'm sorry if that doesn't make sense to you. But if it makes sense to you, you understand. So, that's everything. That's all the things, my dudes. I don't think I have anything else to talk to you about. Oh, I did end up selling my EEW Nano 2 spinning wheel just this morning. I listed it on the D-Stash Discord and it was on there for maybe 10 minutes before somebody scooped it up. So I'm going to be getting myself the EEW 6.1 for my birthday, which is in just a couple weeks. So if you want to get me a birthday present or support the channel, you can buy me a pattern on my Ravelry wish list. The link is in the description box below. Or you can buy something on KnitPicks and I'll earn a commission. That's all I've got for you. I hope you liked this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. You can go follow me over on Instagram for more daily random content. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!